Oh, now I was muted on top of that. Okay. I cannot see myself and I cannot hear myself. Oh, oh. I go away for 2 weeks and everything goes to... maybe studio mode was not a good idea. I just return to the regular mode for now until I learn how to use studio mode. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Your general settings. Okay. We have to stick with this for now. So it works. And I think that should be it. Yep, there am I. Hello! Now I know. This is not Zenless Zone Zero. This is not a Hoyoverse game. What is this? Well, this is Master Duel. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! I had been... See, Hoyo games are not the only games that I hoarded. As you can see up here, I've managed to get 10,000 gems, which is the currency of this game. 10,000 is the maximum amount of currency you can save up. Before any other new currency that you get gets sent into this gift box, then you claim whenever you use up some of these. Problem is, as you can see, I also claimed a lot of... I also got a lot of gems stacked up in the gift box. And the gems in the gift box last for only 1 month. And I've already started to lose some of them. Some of them already started to expire. So, I wanted to spend those gems. I thought about spending them on my own time. But I thought, hey, it could be something fun to do live on stream. Spend some gems to buy some stuff. Alright? And it does help that we have certain not structure deck, but yeah, campaigns basically bundle offers. This bundle offer, for example, this is one of the ones that we're gonna get it. It's 3,000 for 20 packs. Usually 10 packs are for 1,000. So how come why is this 2 packs for 3,000 and it's considered a deal? Well, it's because they also give you some cosmetics with it. You know, some background art for the main menu, dual field, which is actually pretty nice. A couple of profile pictures. I don't know if I'll use any of them. This is most likely the one that I'll use. Some card backs, some deck boxes, and just some titles. Oh, not titles, title card backgrounds, banner profiles, basically. Beyond that, I might buy this, like another bundle deal. Even this is not time limited. Or we can open one of these packs. Which pack was it? It was not this one. It was a new secret pack. I think it was this one that has not entirely new cards, but new alternative art for old cards. You know, like this one, for example. This is a new art. This one, and most relevant to me, this one. I wonder what's the similarity. I wonder. If you just give me a moment, we will start right away. There's no point in waiting around. We have another one here. There we go. Actually, you know what? I can probably get away with playing a duel, get some more gems. There's this like championship event which I don't care about playing to like qualify or anything. I just played for the gems, but I didn't manage to get the last 100 gem rewards. Let's try to do that now, while at least one more person comes on to stream. By one more, I mean one more than zero. So. Qualifiers. Ah, not amazing, but not terrible either. I'll start by using Branded Regained. So our deck is a control deck. Basically, try to choke out the opponent and outlast, not choke him out, but try to outlast him and simplify the game. I'm not very heavy on combos. We summon her because she'll get us a nice trap card. He ashes it. It's annoying, but it's fine. I'd rather he ash this than he ashes Maxi on his turn when I use it. I can then summon this one by banishing Light or Dark level 8 dragon from my extra deck. It doesn't matter which one I banish to summon him, because Branded Regained will allow me to shuffle it, bring it back once per turn whenever I banish something. Whenever something is banished, I can put it back into my deck and then draw a card. Also, when this is banished, it can allow me to turn this girl's level to level 8, which might not come up, but it will come up if they have Effect Veiler. So this gets shuffled back. I draw Bestial Druid's Worm. So, I'm going to use his effect to fuse them into a specific monster, but if he has a card to negate that effect, then I would just overlay them, since they're both now level 8, for Hope Harbinger. Well, let's see. Does he have Effect Veiler? No, he doesn't. So, we fuse him and her for Dragon Maid Shiyu. And that is my turn. It's a pretty simple board. I wish we could have gotten the trap card off of her. But what we have now is a singular negate. And if we banish something, I have a draw. We do have Max C that I probably should shoot out, like use right away before he goes into his main phase, in case he has triple tactics talent. So yeah. Let's hope he doesn't have another Ash. You don't have another Ash. Come on. Yeah, good. Perfect. And I have Druid's Worm, which basically allows me to banish a light or a dark monster in his graveyard, or my graveyard, but preferably in his, so that I can special summon him. And he has an effect if he goes to the graveyard to send a monster on my opponent's side of the field to the grave. Oh, unlucky, he drew Max C. That's fine, I'm not gonna negate that. He'll only get one draw. Actually, maybe I should. Maybe I should have negated that, actually. Because when I use her negate, she'll switch out with another monster from my extra deck, and when I use him, he's going to be special summoned, so there are at least 2 more draws for him. This is the trap card that I wanted to get on the first turn. which basically allows me to target a dragon monster I control and any card he controls and return them to the hand. Oh boy. Fiendsmith? Say it isn't so. Yeah, get Fave, get Lurry, discard Lurry, then special summon Lurry. I can? No, I can't actually. I can't use Druid's Worm just yet. He needs to have a monster on his field. So now I can use Druid's Worm. Ooh, Baldrake. Amazing. Thankfully the Bestials do counter his Fiendsmith combo that he's gonna do right now. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Alueto. What are you? Discard from your graveyard. Future summon one Phoenix monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. He's gonna fusion summon right away. Do I negate that? No, he has a Fiendsmith in his hand. I should probably let him do it. Do you have... Okay, now we can do something like this. So he's trying to special summon this from his graveyard. I'll banish it and summon my monster instead, so he cannot do that. ETs... And I'll get him in defense position because his attack's going to be lessened because of him. I can use this to shuffle it back into his deck and draw me a card. But do I want him to have her back? He probably has like 2 more of her in his deck. Yeah, sure. Why not? I could use the draw. It might draw me into another Bestial or another hand trap like an Effect Veiler. No, thank you. Go ahead. And now we wait. What are you going to do? Triple Tactics Talent. Are you going to take control of one of my monsters? Or are you going to draw 2 cards? Come on. If he tries to control one of my monsters, I'll immediately negate it with this. Because he's likely going to try to take control of this. But if he draws 2 cards, do I negate that is the question. Is it worth me negating him drawing 2 cards? Or do I... Yeah, I'm gonna negate it. Actually, that was stupid. No, because now that was wrong. Because now he draws 1 card anyway, because I have to special summon from the extra deck, and he already maxied me. That was not the smartest move on my part, so I basically traded my monster for my... No, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea, my bad. I should have just let him draw, and then negated something useful that he tries to use. You are distracting me in chat. You are distracting me. You're not letting me focus. You're too noisy in chat. Is that fucking Tenpai? Are you fucking playing Fiendsmith Tenpai? What is the synergy there? I didn't even know you could do that. Fuck me, I guess. Hmm. I think I should do this because I might need I might need him on. I just might need him on the field. So I'm gonna give up the disruption he might give me just to get him out on the field. Because I might want to sacrifice him using this guy's effect. Because now he's gonna synchro summon using these two. And if I sacrifice him with this guy's effect, I can get rid of two monsters instead of one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Go on. Azamina as well. My god. Just the smorgasbord, whatever that Swedish word is, of all the meta stuff. What do you even do? Summon an Azamina fusion. This synchro material can add one sinful spoils. Oh yeah, this you connect it to the sinful spoils and the evil eyes. Not evil eyes. I forget. What were you connected to? Snake eyes. That's it. God damn. He's gonna fusion summon something. If I use this effect now, he quick synchros. I know he does. To dodge it. Oh, wait, well, this is once per battle phase. Battle phase, so I can theoretically actually cripple him now, can't I? Yeah, this might work. This might work. Come on. Sacrifice this. Banish him, and then he activates so that I may send this to the grave. Ta-da! Come on. Come on. Oh, I forgot. He has an ability to... God, I hate Tempai. All my homies hate Tempai. Okay, come on. If you let one of them on the field, they all just start doing the Congalala stupidity. You shall summon one level 4 Lord Fire Dragon monster from your deck. Oh, I forgot about his ability to revive. Oh, you're synchro summoning? You're not even special summoning a monster? Okay. I do have a lot of cards. I don't know. And hopefully these are enough to protect me because the Tempai strategy is just to kill you and like clear your board and OTK you immediately during the battle phase without you being able to react. I do have a lot of cards drawn, which will be really useful if I ever do get my turn. Plus the Tempai strategy doesn't put up any negates really. Sure, more walls is always a good thing. Because he summoned a monster, Branded Regained will allow me to summon one of my bestials from the graveyard once per turn. So, it's another wall that he'll need to get over. Get to my health points. I don't think he's going to be able to OTK me this turn unless he pulls some quick effect Raigeki that I'm not aware of. I should be fine. Instead of being... Now, actually, what am I doing here? Let me put on some music for us. Oh, fuck me. Still, this is the hardest he can hit me. All the others should be able to withstand the hits. Oh no, not my branded regained. Don't you dare fucking destroy it. I mean, I don't need it this turn anymore, but... And I think I can get it next turn too. So. You go for Druid's Worm here. That's his best option. Yep. Yep. That's okay. We draw. Okay, so we have a lot of options. Let's see. You two are dead. You are a reaction card. There's no point in summoning them anymore because I drew all copies of the trap card that I have in my deck that they would give me. So my best normal summon is gonna be Black Metal Dragon. They shouldn't have any sort of negates. Yeah. I just need to get rid of them somehow. Which there are many ways to do so. Do they have stuff that I can banish from their grave? Yeah. Okay. Let me start out by bringing back my branded regained onto the field, because it's one of my most consistent advantage generators. Do you, if this card's sent to the graveyard, do you not have any grave effects? I don't, if this card is sent to the graveyard, neither do you, but getting rid of you from the graveyard might be more beneficial to me, come on. Then immediately after, okay, this is the best time as any to use my Ash Blossom, I guess. Bye-bye. No special summoning from the deck for you. Bye-bye. And we summon Druid's Worm. I'll activate this. It's mainly to send him to the graveyard, but he'll allow me to search for something as well. If the search is negated, that's fine. That is completely fine. The reason that... It's a good thing that we got rid of that now, actually. Now I can do this. Special summon him by sending one of the my other bestials to the grave. Which triggers his effect. Are you immune to anything? All monsters you want to must attack. Able to kind of activate card effects. If this card is synchro summoned during charge, destroy one card on the field. You can no. Okay, I have 40 seconds. I need to lock it. Go to the grave. Okay, activate his effect so that I can bring back Branded Regained. Put it on the field from my deck. Okay, summon you. Actually, I don't have time to do the whole combo, so I'll just do this, and you to banish you, so that you can be summoned. Activate Branded Regained, get the banished card back, because it gives me a free draw. And then I'll activate your effect. I'll fuse my level 8 Dark Dragon and a level 8 Light Dragon. I almost said a White Dragon. Summon my Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. My favorite, a retrain of my favorite card from my childhood. Okay. And now we just go to the battle. Get rid of his dragon. I'm an idiot. I just had a complete brain fart. 2500 is bigger than 2600. Am I a goddamn imbecile? I'm a goddamn idiot. I'm a moron. I did that all wrong. I should have attacked with Light and Darkness Dragon. Oh well. I'm on a timer. Do not judge me. I cannot think straight. Come on. No. Set! Wait, I don't get extra time? Oh, okay, we do. Okay, we do. Okay, I have 2 negates on the board and 1 bounce. Okay, you get negated. It's okay. You give up. Come on. You give up. You give up. Oh boy. That... I don't know about that move. Let's summon you. Again. You... Yeah, that's negated as well. It's perfect, actually. Now he has nothing on board and one card in hand. What do you have in hand? You are screwed. What do you have in hand? There we go. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's claim some extra gems. I think 1 more game and I'll get the last 100 here. 1 pack is 100, so that's like a free pack if I manage to get it. Come on. Do I get rank up if I win this? Yes. If I win this, I rank up and I get it. Come on. Shit. Come on, come on, come on. Let me go first. You want to let me go. Oh well. Oh. Actually great hand. Actually amazing hand. The Moltrami for a loss. Do they have Link monsters? I don't remember they do. No, they only have Fusion monsters, so I can hold on to the full loss. This allows me to draw a card only when they special summon from the extra deck or the deck. So if they special summon from the hand or the grave, it doesn't draw me anything. The problem is now they can chain to the full loss. I do have Ash Blossom though. Okay, let's start by doing this. They're gonna chain to it. I'm gonna Ash Blossom one of them. They're sort of control deck too, however they're more focused on what's it called? Stun. Sure, Maximi, it's annoying, but should be okay. Actually, that's some big trouble, actually. Do I want to do this? Do I want to... This will give him 2 draws, though. I don't know if I like that. What do you do? You know what? Fuck it, let's go. Fuck it, we ball. Send her to the graveyard so that I can I'll go for you. Summon Baldrake by banishing her. He doesn't have dark monsters in his dark or light monsters in his graveyard. And now we battle phase, destroy him, and attack him directly. And he cannot activate his effect because there's no other Dynamorphias in the graveyard. I thought it's better if I do this, give him 2 draws, then let him have a free game next round. Actually, this is not a bad idea to go SP. Oh, but no, he gets another draw. It's okay. This one is fine. We have if he tries to special summon something from the extra deck, we can tribute this guy using this guy's effect to banish it, or we can just use this to return monster from here and a monster from here. Likely, I'm gonna try to do both. So you can send one Dynamorphic card from your deck to the graveyard. If you LP or 2000 less, inflict 500 damage to the grave. Sure, send whatever you want to the grave. Actually, more food for my Druid's Worm. Unless you send like a trap or a spell. Grab card from your graveyard. Actually, you know what? This might actually screw him. This might screw him big time, actually, because he wants him destroyed to get his effect, and this might be a big cock block for him. Ferret Flames. Annoying. But fine. Trap card. Second trap card. Make him 3 trap cards. I'm on Maxi. Okay, good. So if he tries to special summon something, now I'm realizing I could have made a play with the Druid's Worm to cock block him, but that's fine. We're okay. Pay half your life points, fusion summon 1 Dino monster using monster from your hand. Cute, but get negated. Do you have Cold by the Grave? It's the only thing that will. Okay, okay, buddy. That doesn't count. It's a trap card that you're gonna flip up and it's gonna go to the grave. Oh my god, it's not gonna let me max see it either. Might actually be screwed now. I'm kind of fucked. It's nothing for me to do now. Damn. I have to be defensive. What are the chances, man? Okay. I guess the time is I need to max C. Maybe I do get a draw that takes me out of it. Oh. He did have called by. He did have called by the grave. Unfortunate. Oh no. She's not that much of an issue. The issue is the big ass, annoying ass T-Rex he's gonna summon now. It's gonna basically stun me. Yeah, there he is, annoying bitch. Oh. Does this work? See, the thing is, what this guy does is your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters that control that have attack greater than or equal to your life points. And his whole deck drains his life points basically to a sliver. So all of my monster effects are negated on the field only, though, I guess. Yeah, because they control. So if something is activated from the graveyard, it should be fine. Which, I guess if he destroys this, I can get rid of him. But then I still have this fine lady to take care of. What's his other ability? Yeah, you can pay half your life points. The attack of all monsters your opponent controls become equal to your life points. So I can't even, attack over him. Even if I manage to summon something that's more than 3,000, he'll drag it down. I cannot use this guy's effect to get rid of him. So I'm gonna have to let him destroy this. I send him to the grave and then see what we can do. Trade a monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand, deck, or field. She can summon another one, actually, by copying this and sending herself. Oh, fuck. We got a normal summon. Come on. Oh, she's not summoning another one. No way. No, they're going for an OTK, it seems. They're trying to kill me now. 1,000, 2,000, 3,500. I mean, he has to attack me with this one because he knows I'm getting rid of you first. Plus, it's the least amount of attack. If I'm gonna have any chance to draw my way out of this next turn, I'm gonna have to get rid of him. Getting rid of her might get rid of the monster with the higher attack. The issue is she can still summon another one if he's playing another one on my turn with her. I think I kind of lose here either way, which is annoying. I think I've already lost whether I do this or I do this. This will save my life points more, so maybe I can. Yeah, if I get rid of this, she just resummons her back by using her effect during my turn to copy the effect of this trap card or this trap card, send herself and any other, what's it called? Any other Dynamorphia on his field. Summon this fucker. So I'm just gonna get rid of her, save my life points, and see how I'm gonna deal with him next turn. Watch him have another fusion spell ready in the back row. That means, I mean, this is a pretty low likelihood winning game. I'm not gonna win this. No. This is not enough. I summon him. go Link Summon into... I mean, it's the only play that I have. I might as well do it. Link Summon into Striker Dragon, which ironically never actually strikes for anything worth it. He's just material. Oh, okay, just even that I don't get to do. I lose. Yeah, let's just end it and go next. Wow, it really seems like no one's gonna come, really, huh? Damn. I got out-controlled! It was a control deck versus a control deck, and I guess he's just the better player. I could have played certain parts better. I don't know if it would have let me win. His deck is like tailor-made to be a control deck. I'm using a collection of dragon cards that have some synergies to make them a control deck. But that is fine. Come on, just defeat me before someone comes into the stream and have them the first thing they see is me getting defeated. Come on, quick, quick, end it. End it. Come on. Come on. Finish it. Come on. Just attack with your big guy. Fuck you. Quick, 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 quick. They saw nothing. They saw nothing. They saw nothing. They saw nothing. No one came in. No one came in. Fuck. Someone did come in. I won. I won that last game. Anyway. So, like I was saying, Hoyo verses are not the only games I hoard in. I won a game. I won a game, and I was playing like a genius strategist before that. And you only came onto the game that I lost. I won a game. Look, I can even I'll open up the match history. Here, I won this game. This was the one right before this. Anyway. So, Hoyo versus not the only games that I hoard in. I've managed to hoard the maximum amount of gems you can hoard in this game. 10,000. Everything else went to the gift box, which is like a temporary holding facility. And I actually did the equivalent of filling out my gift box, because the items in the gift box only last for a month. And I had some already start to expire. Some of them expired today more, earlier today. So I'm just gonna spend some of these on stream. I wanted to spend this on stream before I move to Zenless Zone 0. Also because they have special offers here for some specific bundles that might be fun to open on stream, even if you don't play the game. I see people do content where they're just opening cards that they don't from TCGs that they never play. Let's open this though first. These are our victory packs from the current events. These are kind of small, only 2 cards in each pack. But they're free, so it's okay. I don't care. The Immortal Bushi mourns the mortal body. All monsters in your graveyard become warrior monsters. Once per turn during the end phase, you can destroy all monsters you control. So this is commit seppuku. This is literally... There is game sound. It's just too low, I think. I can increase it in a moment. This is literally, seppuku the card. You get the option to seppuku your monsters so they can all go to the graveyard and be treated as honorable warriors in the graveyard because they did, like, the honorable death thing. Oh, misjudge. Oh, this is the one card that Farfa recently used to win 13 coin tosses in a row. He got extremely lucky to win 13 coin tosses in a row. Once per turn during your main phase, you can toss a coin until the result is tails, and if you do, draw one card for every 2 heads. Each time a coin tossing effect resolves while this monster is on the field, double this card's attack for each heads from that effect. I'll increase the audio after this. We don't care. We don't care. Why are you here? Why the fuck are you part? What? Why? Why is this a card that I can get out of the event? Okay. Neat. Come on. Come on. Click an echo. Come on. Yay. Another spook card. I wonder... I must have, like, something in mind to use it for. Okay, stop showing me your armpit. Okay. So it seems to be themed around a bit of gambling. What do you do? I'm not interested. Anyway, let's do the actually interesting polls. Go to the special. We go here. This is just a bunch of master packs, right? No, it's a bunch of these. Okay. Yeah. So again, I want this is a bunch of cards that I already have, but they released alternate artworks for them. Blazing Cartesia, alternate artwork. Incredible Ecclesia, alternate artwork. Aluber the Goober of Duber, alternate artwork, which actually he looks kind of cool in this one. The other one is cool, but he looks very generic. And this completely not unique, doesn't have any significance to anything. Card has an alternate artwork here. I don't think I quite like this one as much as the other one. I don't know why. I think I like the original one better. They tried to go for like a fire and ice motif. But I think the background, everything around him, is too busy and it almost covers him. I don't know. Still cool. I just prefer the older one, but I'll still use it. Okay, so let us get this. Purchase. This will give us 20 packs plus all the cosmetics. A lot of people were very weird about her feet finally being shown, because on the card itself, when it was released in the TCG, it was not in frame, obviously, but once it got released in Master Duel and like the full art was released, and her full art actually can be used as like the background for the main menu. People were weird about the feet. Nothing interesting here. One moment. They're not even that well, like, how to say, it's not like they're badly drawn, but they're not that detailed so that people can thirst over them. My Yu-Gi-Oh cards are ultra busy. Yeah, especially the more recent cards. That's one criticism I have for modern cards. Like, older cards were a bit more like this, where it's the monster and then like a very abstract background with relatively simple pattern. So it was easy to see what the monster is. But like recently they do more and more complicated backgrounds like this one. This one from a distance, can you tell anything? Like you can vaguely tell that it's a woman on a ball, but you'll need to like look into it and zoom to see like, oh, okay. All right, she has like some robe, I guess, and some tattoos. No, you cannot tell me the original Blue Eyes White Dragon design was busy. I can show examples after we finish. If some art is really good, this art is really nice, for example. This one is really nice as well. But a lot of it is very busy. And a lot of designs also tend to be over detailed like in itself. Like, for example, this. Thespian Tragedy. What the fuck? Without zooming into it. What the fuck is this? Alright, I use this card. I've used this card a lot. I have no idea what I'm looking at. What am I looking at here? Let's open it up and zoom in and see if we can tell. I actually still cannot tell. Is it like some sort of clown? Clown contraption with cuffs that are attached to whatever spikes there is? And it has a saw at the end? A flying pistol. Mind elaborating? I mean, there are dragons that are guns. I don't know if you mean that. Who's this Fallen of Agiros? If a level rank link to a monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand to either field. So I can give it to my opponent. You can only special summon the Fallen of Agiros once per turn this way. Neither player can activate the effects of link monsters that point to this card during your opponent's turn. Quick effect. You can target one Xyz monster on the field. Detach one or two materials from it. Can only... Okay, so this guy is just there to be an annoying dickhead. I can use it to disable a link monster, or to effectively disable an Xyz monster. Too bad the effect to disable the Xyz monsters leaves a chance for the Xyz monster to respond and detach materials to use its effect before this effect resolves, so I don't imagine it's too good for that. I think 2,900 or 2,900 attack. That was wasn't there one card that was like a flying pistol and a staff in like a holographic field. Moisture creature is its name. I'll look it up. I think there was something called the weather creature, and it's like a sun surrounded by wind, and it's a monster somehow. The bestial Aluber. I want the other Aluber. I already have you. Okay, this is all ultra rare here. Come on. I want at least one of each new artworks. No, it's outside the pack. See, the thing is, the first four are always outside the pack, and the other four are always inside when it comes to secret packs like these. So the first four are any of 4 random cards. Yeah, and then the other 4 are from inside. Oh, upgrade? Yay! Am I still too quiet on your end? Oh boy. 2 from outside the pack. Oh joy. How unlucky can I be? A tree. And a bunch of animals having a party. This is a monster. These bunch of happy critters can murder the shit out of a trained samurai. Anyway. You. Sure. Come on. Fuck you. I want alt artworks. I don't want this shit. I wonder, do they make it so that you're even less likely to get the alternate artwork compared to the other ultra rares? Huh. Huh. Really, out of 20 packs and I get not even one? Come on. Okay, you have ultra rares in you. And it's in the pack. Primate Imperial Dragon. I mean, the Primate cards are pretty popular. I don't know if you're being played. Where is your head, good sir? Is this your head? Or is that your head? I know these seem to be like your hands, and that's your tail. Is that your leg, or is that another hand? Zora Magdaros monster. Come on. Come on, at least one. Fuck you. Not a single one. Okay, so I got all of these as well as part of it. What does it even mean? I got multiple things that can clash with each other. What do you mean applied to? Okay, I guess they just chose one at random. Nope. No one gets to add me. No, not duel again. What are you, crazy? My brain autopiloted into the duel. I guess I just go for more of it until I get them. Not like I have a use for the oh, these are terrible. I'm just gonna skip them. Good thing I did. We didn't get a single one from that either. Got a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, so we have how many? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9. Yeah, they inflated the amount of URs intentionally, so you're less likely to get the ones that you want, I guess. But I think I got every single one of the ones that doesn't have an alternate artwork. It feels rigged. I'm gonna skip this again. Okay, we got two. We got the Incredible Ecclesia, and we got the Fallen of Albaz. We need two more. Let me first try to get the game audio up. Can you hear it now? Can you hear it now, or is it too loud? Let me know if it's too loud. Let's see if I can find your moisture creature card that you talked about. Oh, this one. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even, like, register this. I know this one. But I never thought about this as, like, a gun. I don't even know what I thought. I thought this is an umbrella. And I think it is. Now, looking at it, yeah, I can see it's a gun. But before I thought it was, like, some sort of scanner. And this is, like, shows, like, a radar. And this shows you where they are. Wasn't there something called weather or something? I can't find it now. It's not Weather Painter, no. A lot of artworks don't make any sense. Have you seen some of the stuff? What the fuck are we looking at here? I mean, this thing, it just looks like it would be painful to be this thing. What am I looking? Why does it have an Empreg orb? Why is it pregnant with an orb? What is its face? Is this its eye, or is this something covering its eye? And it has like a halo around its head and a halo around its torso. This thing cannot sleep. There's no like conceivable comfortable pose for this creature to sleep. Or like any hands that are usable or practical at all. The feet, I think, will barely work. The legs. What else? Again, very similar. Empreg orb, a crystals poking out the back, so he cannot lay back on his back, and whatever this giant ass horns are. How does this thing sleep? How does this thing eat? I guess its hands look a bit more usable than the other one. Some designs are pretty cool though. Like this one is more realistic. It has like functional hands. The orb is not bulging out of it. It's kind of part of its body. It might be too slim, but yeah. But for example, Blue Eyes. You can't tell me this is too busy of a design. It's a fucking dragon that is white and has blue eyes and the swirly background. I mean, yeah, you can see him just lay down and sleep. There's nothing preventing him. The other ones had like horns on their back, so that they cannot lay back, and then like a giant halo on their head, so their head can't lay anywhere. This one, maybe the head has whatever speakers these are, might be like blocking it, and whatever these pincers are seem very impractical if it ever needs to eat anything. But I can see it like lay down somewhere, probably forward, not backward, because of the wings and the head thing. But the other ones, for example, have the big Empreg orb in front, so they cannot lay on their stomach or whatever. It makes more. I'm not saying it's not busy. It's busy as shit. There's a lot of flashing lights, but it makes more sense than the other ones. Let's see Ubel, for example. I think Ubel is also a neat design. And you can kind of tell that it's a person just standing there. Dark Magician. That's... I'm taking the classics. He said that the designs were always not readable. Dark Magician. Where is the original Dark Magician? I don't know why they used this artwork. This is not even the class. This is the worst artwork they could have used, but I'm not that busy. There's another artwork that they've received. Here's one, actually. A very... Karibo. Simple. Clear. One of the best. I remember. I'm remembering ones from back in the day. Paralimp. Simple. Very readable. Simple background. Just the monster in some pose. What else is there? Did I show Sangan? The monster in a pose on a simple background. But nowadays, like, the background has to have a lot more details. For example, one monster that I don't know, I still don't know what the fuck it is this. What the fuck is this? What am I looking at? What is this? This looks one of those AI generated images that's like try to identify one thing in this image. I can tell that there is some sort of city here at the bottom, or some sort of town. So it's kind of showing you the scale of this thing, that it's fucking humongous. It's unusually large. But is this its tail coming down like this? That makes its legs. But anything beyond this line over here, unreadable. What is this? Where is its head? Where is its arms? Is this an arm? Is this a hand? Is that a hand? Or is that a head? Or is this a head? Or does it have multiple heads? Or is that the head? What is this here? Why the fuck does it have these? Wings? This thing can fly? This size? So you're saying it's this one's clear because you like him. Huh. This? Why would they make the head so far out of focus, so far away and so far out of focus, and it like blends in with everything else? And I'm just noticing there are like little people flying towards it. Like little fairies or something. And like a little dragon here. Like clearly whenever like they commissioned the artist did not have in mind that this is gonna be put in like on a small card. You know? They just drew a detailed artwork that you'd probably be better used as like a wallpaper. I need to reduce the audio of the game because it's too loud for me. More like it's stepped in like Okay, back to the shop to buy more things. Spend more monies. Come on. Come on. Come on. There's only a way to quicken up the animation of opening packs without having to skip it altogether. Come on. Next pack. Boo. I got another Albaz. That's cool. I only really wanted one. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's go again. Another Albaz. That's the third one. Okay, I get it. Just now give me anything else. Give me the other two. Miserable pulls. Nothing. Holy sh... Terrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that's why we have these. Let's see, how much in total are they? You can claim up to only 100 item. I didn't even know that was a thing. I cannot claim the 133 all at once. I can only claim 100 at once. Okay, I claimed 100. Now I'm claiming 19. 14 items were not claimed as your inventory reached maximum capacity. I have another 10,000. Oh my god. I never even counted them. I thought there would be like 3,000 or something in total. No. I have another 10,000 waiting. Let's go. Feels like a waste wasting all of that on just the same cards that I have, just different artworks for them. Then again, I'm not terribly interested in any of the new cards over here. The only deck that seemed kind of interesting to me is the Mimighoul deck, because they're all about mimics. You know, mimics in classical fantasy settings, where it's like a chest with a trap inside of it, like Mimighoul Fairy, a chest with like a fairy inside of it, Mimighoul armor. Where's slime? Cerebrus. There's a slime somewhere. Yeah. And basically the playstyle for these cards, from what I saw, is really fun, really unique. They are basically flip monsters that you can set on your opponent's field, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, for example, this guy. It's flip effect. If it is the main phase, apply these effects in sequence, alright? This guy gets flip summoned, so you basically set it on your opponent's field, and then when you attack it and you force it to be flipped, destroy all face-up monsters you control. So this will apply to your opponent, because your opponent controls it. So it nukes his entire board. And then gives control of this card to your opponent. You know, you give it back to... I get it back. So I'm playing it, I set it to my opponent's field, attack it, it flips up, destroys his field, and then comes back to me. Basically, I set a trap for his field with a chest. I think it's neat. During your main phase, you can special... Yeah, here it is. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field and face down defense position. They could have abbreviated that to, you can special set this card to your opponent's field, but... Meh. However, I don't think they're that good of a deck. I heard they're playable, they're not terrible, but Hmm. Hmm. Anyway, let's waste our money on the same cards I already have. Skip. Nothing. If anything, I'm getting a lot of gems. Is the biggest, not gems, crafting materials. Okay, that is Blazing Cartesia. All that's left for me to get is the Aluber. Luber, Goober, Doober. Him. I have 3 of you, 1 of each. Way too many of each of you. Way, way, way too many of you. Come on. Come on. Okay, we got it. That's it. I was hoping I'd get something that's extra shiny, but I'm not gonna complain. I managed to get it. That's all I wanted to do for now here. I'm not gonna waste time pulling for other stuff. Let me just claim the rest here. 7,500. Okay. That's enough of this game for now. Let us switch to... Let us switch to Zenless Zone 0 for a bit. No, I'm not falling asleep. I'm not falling asleep. Yeah. What are you, my teacher in class? No, okay, the game. They want my username and password. Hello? Oh, the tracking is really something. Agree. Verifying version correction. Oh, I have a job interview tomorrow, so I can't stay. Oh no, you need to do downloading resources. Oh no. Let me see here. The game capture. Those are new ads on the TV. Those are not the same ads back when I first started playing the game. Did they change it based on how far along you are in the game? Or do they update them from time to time? Ugh. So let me tell you about the job interview I have tomorrow. while this thing loads. Okay. So tomorrow, I got an email recently, a few weeks ago, from one of my university professors. He seemingly sent it to the entire class, not just to me, but they were saying people who finished a specific course, it's a course in electronics and measurement technology, so something like that. And it's a course that I managed to finish. And he said, like, no, of the students who finished this course in the past 3 years, have you ever considered being a teacher? Yada yada yada. We are looking for students to work with us in the basically electronics department of the university. Basically, mostly to help hold lessons and lead labs for some of the basic electricity courses. And this professor of mine, and then I applied and I got an interview with him tomorrow. And I should probably sit and prepare by like going over some basics of the materials, some basic concepts of the relevant courses, just in case I get quizzed on it tomorrow. My only issue is they require high grades, or they mentioned in the job post when I opened the link that they're looking for a student with high grades, but the only, it's not that I have low grades, is that I don't have high grades. Okay, so let me explain to you my history with this professor and with the course that he required us to that we were required to finish, that I have finished. The course had a couple of labs, which I did. I have low guardes. I have low guardes. Yes. Low guardes. Idiot. I know. Minor spelling error. I win. What was I saying? Yeah. The course was a couple of labs, which didn't have many points. All right. But you needed to do them, and I did them, and they were fine. All right. You didn't needed to do a bit of preparation before, but you go in and you do them in like 4 hours, and you get done. They're a bit stressful, but nothing compared to the goddamn assignments. Okay. So when the course first started, all right, we were told that there are assignments that we need to get done. Basically, there are 3 questions. Three assignment is like into 3 parts, 3 really complicated long questions they need to get done and submit, and have them, and have like the correct submission done by a specific date. All right. I misunderstood a bit about what they were trying to say, because we were given 3 questions. All right. I found that we were given 3 questions, and they said your first deadline is upcoming, next Monday, basically in a week. So what I thought was I needed to get these 3 questions, 3 assignments done, these 3 questions done before the next Monday. And then after that, we'll get, the 3 other questions and so on and so forth. And at first I was like, okay, they look complicated, but surely if they expect us to be done with them next Monday, they're simpler than I think. Once I get the idea, I can do them. Probably more like practice exercises. I go home and I try just the first one, and I have no clue. I am woefully underprepared for it. I sit for hours. I contacted a friend who's an electrical engineer. I spent hours trying to understand it. I tried everything, and I like kind of barely started beginning to understand it. I even like started taking notes of the other 2 questions, what topics, like looking at them, and they were even like more complicated. Each other question was more complicated. So I sort of began to panic, And the next time I saw the professor was like on Friday. Uh, uh, Basically, before the weekend, and Monday would be the submission date. And I was like, "Hey, I, I just basically I was just there to like, okay, can you just help me wrap my head around it? I must be missing something because I don't understand most of what's in the other. Like I'm barely finishing the first one, but the other two, I don't understand most of what's happening there. And can I get an extension on the deadline so that I can get them done, because I don't think I'll be able to get them on Monday. You can you give me at least a week and I'll try my best?" And he looked at me and he laughed and he said, "No, no, no, no. It's just the first question that's required now. This was back uh last year, right after the summer, basically the first weeks, the first few weeks of the university, of the school year." It was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. This is only the first question is what we need, the next week. But the second question's deadline is on December, and the third question's deadline is in like February. So, so that's the first thing. But the second thing is, after I got the first one and submitted it, and it was relatively fine. The way that the grades work in this course is you get a grade, you pass as long as you submit a correct answer uh, in the deadline, you pass. However, the way that you get a higher grade is by doing fewer submissions. Usually you submit the assignment, the professor corrects it, and then sends it back with like, "Okay, you made a mistake here, you need to change that." Uh, with some notes on like what mistakes you did. He doesn't hold your hand. He doesn't tell you exactly what's wrong and how to correct it, but he'll tell you like, "You made a mistake on this page, for example, and this answer is incorrect." Maybe if he's feeling generous, he'll tell you, "Try looking into this topic or that topic." And for example, if you need more than three submissions, or if you do it in less than three submissions, you get the highest grade. Then if you do it in like less than seven, you get the second highest grade. And then any more than that, then you just get the passing grade, and that's fine. And you have up to 100 submissions, but he said it's unrealistic that you'll ever use up the 100. That's just an arbitrary number because the system needed a finite number of submissions to set. I got to the second uh, exercise, second question to do it when it's nearing December, and it is much, much tougher. Like I end up submitting and getting it back, submitting and getting it back, submitting and getting it back, and doing. And all the time, I'm also busy with other courses. This is not the only thing that I have going on at the university. I have other labs, other assignments, other exams, other projects that I'm working on. So the time begins to run out, and December approaches, and I need to get it done before Christmas break. Actually, way before. The deadline was way before Christmas break. And basically what happens is that I start to visit him more and more every time, to the point where I would assume he'd get annoyed of me, because every time uh, he'd correct me, I wouldn't understand. I would like change something, submit it. He'd tell me like, "This thing is wrong," so I changed something in my solution, submit it, and he says, "Oh, now it's even more wrong." Okay, so whatever I changed was not correct. I change it back, change something else. I go to his office multiple times a day, and like, 3 days remaining, 2 days remaining, I'm coming to his office every day, to the point where I'm like, okay, if I work on it, and I think the deadline, they always set it to a Monday. So I end up in a situation where, okay, it's Friday, but I know I'm not going to be able to visit him on the weekend because he's not there on the weekend to answer questions. So what I do is I uh, wake up early on, work on it on Thursday at night and submit it at night, so that I get a correction on Friday in the morning, and I can wake up in the morning, have a look through the correction, see if I understand what my mistake is or what my mistakes are, and try to correct them. And if I don't understand, then I can go Friday morning to him, ask him a question, and then sort of try to understand it from him and try to get the correction that way, so that then I can have time for the rest of Friday for me to solve it, submit it, and go ask him again. Because once the weekend is gone, then uh, time skips till next Monday. And it always went to on Monday that I have to go to him during the morning, on Monday, and do the same thing all day and only have it done. I think the second exercise I had it done right before he left. It was like 5, 6 p.m. I managed to I was near his office, going back and forward from to his office, asking him questions, and then doing the corrections again. I got it done at around 5 p.m. and I had been working on it like for weeks. The last one was the worst one of them all. The last one I was working on. Was I working on it during Christmas break or after Christmas break? I believe after Christmas break I started working on it, because that's when we started studying the subjects for it. No, 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 no. I started working on it before because we didn't have any more lessons after January. Regardless, I've been working on it for a while. Okay? And the same thing happened where I do a lot of submissions and I get them back. And the same thing happened where the final deadline was like upcoming Monday. And during the previous week, I've been trying to get it to work, and it just doesn't work. Every day I'd make like a submission and a correction. And I'm basically stuck at somewhere and I couldn't understand it. And on Friday, I went to him. And all day, I spent all Friday with him. All right. And then he told me, I think he felt bad for me or something, or whatever it is. He said, "Don't worry, if you email me during the weekend, I'll make sure to look at it. All right, I'll make sure to check my email during the weekend if you email me." All right. So I spent the entire weekend just working on it, finding a solution, and then sending it to him and waiting for a response from him. Now, the responses in his weekend was obviously slower, but yeah, that's even when I'm not working on it, I'm like thinking about it and like thinking, okay, what could possibly be wrong now, or my solution could not possibly be correct. That's possibly not possibly correct, but maybe if I eliminate, keep changing things, eventually I understand what's wrong. Why am I getting this again? Because I was 2 weeks away. Oh boy. However, this one was extra annoying because on Monday I went to him and I spent the whole day next to his office doing answering, doing corrections and submitting them, to the point where I corrected everything. All right? I almost got the correct question on everything on the last question. There was just one little small mistake, he says. And he says he wouldn't like point it out exactly, and it was getting really, really late. Like everyone was leaving the university. He was not there, and then he was like relent. I told him like, look, I'm really taking what you're trying to tell me, but I can't find it. I like walked him through my solution because to show him that I actually did this on my own and I understand what I'm doing, and it's not like I'm copying it from someone or doing it off ChatGPT. I'm like, I'm doing this, this, and that. I don't see where the mistake is. So he tells me to solve it in like a slightly different way, you know? Something about my solution method. I cannot remember exactly what it is right now. I'd have to look through my papers again. But I was like, okay. And he said, it's just the simplest thing, just do the small change in your equation. All right. And once you do it, you'll get like the proper answer because you're very close. It's very close. Just this one little thing. Because if I don't get this one little thing correct on this last question, and I do not pass this assignment during the deadline, I'll fail the assignment task, and next year this year, starting next summer, I'll have to repeat everything all over again. I'd have to repeat the assignments all over again, the first two as well. So I went, I like, and he told me the change that I needed to do to the equation. And like when he told me about it, I was like, I don't see how that would change anything, because it amounted to like switching something from one side to the other of the equation, and I couldn't see how that changes anything. But he told me, no, go work on it, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. You know, you've come this far. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. So I leave his office. All right, it's the final change that I need to do, and the deadline is at midnight for me to submit. All right, but he's about to leave his but it's like at like what 8, 7, 8. I don't remember what the time it is, but it was really late and everyone was leaving. I go, I do the correction. I do the correction the way he wanted it, and then I do the calculations again, and then I figure out the correction that he told me to do is the equivalent of multiplying like the whole equation by 1 on both sides. It doesn't change anything. I still got the exact same answer. And he said the answer itself was incorrect because I had something wrong with the equation. So I took that paper immediately and ran. This was not like 5 minutes between me leaving his office and coming back to it. I ran to his office to tell him, hey, I did it the way you want, and like the thing you told me to do is like it ended up like multiplying. Literally, it cancels itself out, and it ended up being like multiplying the equation by 1. So it didn't affect anything. I go to his office, and he's gone. He's no longer there. He had left for the day. Which I don't blame him, because the whole day it got to the point where usually, I'd be at home submitting it beforehand, before this final day, and then he'd respond to me, and I'd maybe do some corrections, and like maybe later during the day I go and visit him. But during that day, I was literally camped out of his office, camped next to his office. I was sitting in the closest classroom to his office, and I'd I'd wait for him. I'd submit it, and I'd sit there and wait for me to get a response, because I know he's sitting in there and he has nothing else to do. But well, he has other things to do, but he's not getting any other students or any other submissions. Uh, to the point where one time when I went in and visited him, I asked him like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm bothering you. I'm like the last person still working on this." He said, "Yeah, but a lot of people seem to have just given up and they didn't even try. They're not gonna pass this at all." And later on, at one point, I was like so in a hurry that I'd submit it, and then I'd go outside of his office and peek through the small window of his door, and I could see him because his back is to the door, and I could see him on his computer open up my solution and like start writing up a correction to it. At one point I literally peeked in, saw him writing a correction, then stood aside, opened up my phone because I get the notification on my phone whenever I get the correction. I opened up my phone and I saw that, okay, you've received your assignment back with some corrections to make. Immediately I knocked on the door to him and I entered, because I knew that like what the thing he was gonna criticize is, and I wanted to ask him a question. But from his perspective, it was insane. From his perspective, as soon as he corrected the question, pressed enter, he wrote up the correction for the question, pressed send, and then he probably waited 1, 2, 3, and then, hello, can you it's like he summoned me with that. So at the end of the day, back to what happened, I go back to him with a final correction that didn't change anything, and I find that he left his office, which is a disaster, because now I can no longer ask him questions. He's not gonna answer emails. I only have one shot. I have to do the final submission, and that is it. He's not gonna check it. He's only gonna check it the next day, and by then the time the midnight has passed, obviously, and the submission time, the deadline is done. And I need to get this correct, otherwise I'll have to repeat the whole course all over again. So I just don't know what to do. Oh, that's a mistake. We'll watch this first and then I'll continue. Oh, she has a bird. Okay, so I go around the university trying to look for other professors who teach similar courses to ask them questions about this, about about this assignments to get them to help me, maybe understand what is wrong with what I'm doing. I go from office to I go to one office. They say they don't know, and I have to like try other offices. I go to the other offices and they're all closed. The people who've went, and like the university's lights are shutting off. They're locking the doors. Everything. Everyone's leaving, and it's mostly empty now. It's beyond after hours, and I'm just like, fuck. I try to solve it again on my own, but I get the same thing where it cancels the changes that it changes he asked me to do. It was the equivalent of multiplying and multiplying and dividing by the same thing. So it cancels itself out to one. And I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? Like I'll everything is closing down, so it's like, okay, there's no point in me staying here anymore. Best thing I can do is go home and just try to look online for as much resources as possible. You might be saying ChatGPT right now in your head, but ChatGPT won't help me. Uh, it's like a very specific, very long, complex question that if you try to ask ChatGPT or anything about this, it'll hallucinate it. And there's no real way of breaking it down into smaller questions, and ChatGPT is not going to be able to read, the complex um, electric circuit diagram. And you have part of the question is like to redraw the diagram in other ways to do certain estimations, but ChatGPT is not going to be able to do that. It's not able to do that. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go home and I'll try my best. And if I can't, I guess I gave it my all. And as I'm leaving, I pack my things. I start heading out of the university. I'm taking the final steps down towards the exit, And as I'm walking, all the lights are off. I'm walking in darkness. There's another guy. I see another guy who's going down the stairs. He looks to be around my age. I thought he was a student. And I pass him as I'm going down the stairs, you know, and then randomly I stop in front of him, and then I go, "You." I literally go, "You." Well, do you know anything about electronics and measurement technology? And he said, yes, a little bit. Why? What do you ask? And I was like, I have an assignment that I really need help for. The deadline is today, and I've been at it since the morning. Can you help me with it? And he says, "Oh, you're in the so and so course. I can take a look at it. Okay." I take it out and I show it to him. And he's like, "Oh, okay." He spent some time reading it and he spent some time going through the solution, and he starts like thinking about it and maybe trying to solve it like in his head or in his like on the same piece of paper, just looking at it. Then he says, "You know what? Come to my office." I'm like, "Oh, your office? I thought you were a student." He goes like, "Oh no, I'm he's not exactly a professor yet. I think he's some teaching assistant or something, or he's on his way to becoming a professor. Anyway, he has an office. He's a guy my age, but he happens to have an office." And I went to his office and we went over the question all over again, and I explained everything to him. And to my credit, he even thought it was difficult. All right. He even struggled with it, and I was explaining to him everything I did and the changes that the professor did and the changes the professor wanted. And we basically ended up figuring out what the exact issue is that not only did we have to do the small change that the professor wanted me to do to the equation, but we had to rewrite everything in different terms that are more friendly to the new equation. I know explaining it's very vague, but we ended up actually being able to solve it right then and there. I actually, when I was going home, I was already contacting my electrical engineer friend and other classmates who have already like finished the assignment, and maybe I can get some tips off of them. The issue is everyone gets a different assignment. I got like the most difficult one for the last one. All right. And so I was like, God, I was really desperate, but somehow I managed to find the one guy who was able and willing to help me out with this one. And we managed to solve it. He had like a whiteboard in his office that we were solving it on. We were literally like two people standing on a whiteboard writing on it. We finally managed to solve it, get a correct answer with something which I was pretty sure is the correct answer. And I took pictures of it, went back home. I took pictures of solutions from the whiteboard and thanked the guy. I should have taken his number. Did I take his number? I don't remember. But went back home, rushed back home, took out the pictures and started rewriting them again on a piece of paper because I need to submit it on a piece of paper. Rewriting the solutions and ending rewriting the solutions, taking pictures of everything and submitted it, and ended up submitting it about like half an hour before the deadline happened. And I ended up passing it. Now I'm thinking this story is a lot less exciting to anyone who's not lived through it. Or I'm a terrible storyteller. I love a woman with a bird. You have such a big bird there. Anyway. Let's say Yao. I haven't played in a while. Hey, yay, 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 yay. Z Drive is a bird cage. How inhumane. Oh, I get to claim. I get to claim a 5-star. Yo, Flecky, which one do I pick? I have one in mind, but I'm curious if I just want to take were you away this whole time? Was I talking to myself this whole time? Oh. Okay. We have the free S rank agent selector. Yeah, because she is on my what's it called? Jane Doe team. And I don't really much have use for the other ones. Unless you have another suggestion, try to convince me of using another one. I already have like 2 copies of Nekomata. Would I ever use Nek? Will I ever use Nek? Well, first of all, is the C3 really worth it? A few extra levels. If I'm gonna get extra what are they called? Mindscapes for an agent, it's gonna be Grace. Well, I think so. You know, eventually, if I get all 6 of her mindscapes, I can unlock her. I could take off her shoes. But if I'm gonna not pick Grace, I would pick someone who I don't have just to cover my bases to have, you know, a variety of units. But I do not know if I need any of them. I don't really need another DPS with Soldier 11. Plus, she's out of everyone here. I find her the most boring character out of them all. I'm gonna go with Grace. If you have no other suggestions. What latency did I set the stream to? I can't see. Okay. So I'm just gonna go with Grace then. Let's go claim Grace.
Technical issues? I should be able to help.
Yep. Great. Now these. Question is, who do you claim? Well, knowing you, aren't you just gonna claim the furry guy? It's 1,600. Oh, out of these, which one do I claim? This. Yeah, this is for Nekomata, I'm pretty sure. But isn't one for each agent? W engine hyper. And this is Grace's, okay. The Weeping Cradle, this is Rena. Yeah, I see. This is Kaleida, I assume. Yeah. This is Soldier 11. And this is for the furry. I'm either gonna go for this one, or I'm gonna go for this one. Which one do I not have a good weapon for yet?
Did you call me? Let's start the experiment.
When the fourth hit of Grace's basic attack hits an enemy, all squad members gain 0.25 energy within the sun. Squad members, yeah, we can. There we go. I really like this art style. She's so cool. She's so cool. I love her so much. Anyway, what weapon do I have set for you? So, Weeping Gemini. Let me check online real quick. What is Grace's best weapons? ZZZ, Grace, best W engine. Checked all. Fusion compiler is her best one. So it's...
I only handle technical matters.
What about Nekomata's? What is the best? Does anyone say anything about what's the best? Oh, Google AI has something to say when I like Google best standard W engine. In the context of Zenless Zone Zero, the best standard W engine is generally considered to be Brimstone. That's Soldier 11's. It is a strong general purpose attack focused engine that works well with characters like Ellen, Soldier 11, and Haramasa. It can easily activate this passive while it doesn't offer crit status. Its high attack value and passive effect makes it a solid choice, especially for agents who can utilize its passive effectively. Why do I feel like it is hallucinating? I do not trust Google AI. Oh, it is actually. Fuck me, it is. The Brimstone is... The Brimstone and the Steel Cushion are considered like one of the top... Some of the top W engines. God damn. You have C2 Rena already? You might pick her C3. She's really nice.
Don't just
What is her role exactly though? I like her design, but what is her role exactly?
I only hit. Did you call me? Meow.
Where can I read more about the W engines that I don't have? Guess I'll just read on them here. Read about them here. Uh, for Nekamata, is still the W, the... Okay, fuck it. I guess I'll just make a choice now and not have to overthink it too much. Okay. So this one, for Anomaly Agent, the following effects can be triggered. Increases attack by 12%. Using a special attack or EX special attack, the Equipper's Anomaly proficiency is increased by 25 for 8 seconds. Okay, so the pros of using the Fusion compiler is that, one, it goes into my Jane Doe team, which, you know, it fits perfectly there with Grace, and it helps me max out that team properly. On the downside, in the future, I might switch out Grace and the Jane Doe team for someone else, for someone like Vivian. You know, Vivian and Bernice, I think, are the other two teammates for Jane Doe, once I have Jane Doe done. That's the downside. However, that's not going to be until very, very, very long, and I might make a lot more use out of this in the meantime, get a lot of use out of it in the meantime, and then when I do switch them out, I can move her into a different team and make use of it there. You, I'm not gonna use you. You, I'm not gonna use you, and you, I'm not gonna use you. So it's between Steel Cushion and the Brimstone. The Brimstone, apparently, is, let's read it, for attack agents. The following effects can be triggered. Upon hitting an enemy with a basic attack, dash attack, or dodge counter, the equipper's attack increases by 3.5 for 8 seconds, stacking up to 8 times. This effect can trigger once every 0.5 seconds. The duration of each stack is calculated separately. So this is just attack boost, a big attack boost, which is apparently applicable to many, many different DPS. This is like the best one to generally get that will apply to the most DPSs, because, you know, more attack, a lot of DPSs, whether it's crit attacker or like an anomaly attacker like Jane Doe, everyone needs attack. It's not specialized with crits, but yeah. Then there's this one, which for attack agents, the following effect can be triggered. Increases physical damage by 20%. The equipper's damage increases by 25% when hitting the enemy from behind. This will be best for my Neko Mata. Neko Mata. Which is probably going to always be my other team. It's going to be a Nekomata team. What do I have on my Nekomata right now? Meow. I have you. Launching a dodge counter, a quick assist increases the quick. Yeah, it is her signature.
I'll help you win, but lunch is on you.
That's why it synergizes with her attack from behind thing. So this is whenever you use a special attack, you get more anomaly proficiency for 8 seconds and stacks up to 3 times. And what do we
Did
have?
you call me? Yeah. I only handle technical matters.
What does the current one do? Squad member could fix an attribute anomaly. As much as I want to give... Okay, so here is my thought process. I could just get Fusion Compiler and give it to my Grace and further boost my Jane Doe team, which is my ultimate goal, to like max out Jane Doe and put her in like her one in a really strong team. Even if it's not like the complete meta team, because the meta will always shift. But like a maxed out team, her teammates are gonna be like maxed out to help her. And getting Fusion Compiler probably helps with that. But also, on the other hand, my Jane Doe team does not struggle with clearing anything at the moment, which it's not like I'm at the end game yet, but my Nekomata team already struggles a lot more than my Jane Doe team. So by the time, because I'm going to spend a lot of time farming and using Jane Doe and Nekomata before I can get any other units for Jane Doe and then maybe for another team, my I see I might get bottlenecked, for example, at this game's equivalent of the Abyss. Using Nekomata is going to be like my bottleneck. So is it worth investing in giving her a signature weapon to boost her strength? Is my question.
I only handle technical matters.
I would start a poll, but since you're the only one in chat, you can tell me, what do you think? I want to take your opinion. What do you think I should take? I already have Weeping Cradle, but I think I can pick one for my Ellen. Isn't Ellen better suited using the Brimstone? Might be better for Ellen because it gives you attack, unless Ellen uses crit. But even if Ellen uses crit, I think she's better off using Brimstone. So, do I take Fusion Compiler or Steel Cushion? Which one do you think I should? Okay, nice vote. Nice vote. Maybe if I do actually set up a vote. Let's pretend that I actually have people watching. Nekomata. Let's go vote in the poll, everybody. Go vote in the poll. Which one should I take? It's between this and this. Either I get one for my lovely Grace, or I get something to boost. I have neither. I do not have either one. Which one shall I take? The Fusion compiler would be buffing my main team, but I don't know if my main team needs buffing. The Fusion compiler would be nice to like make my main team, you know, more quote unquote complete. But my main team, it's not like it needs the buff. This, on the other hand, will be nice to buff Nekomata, which is my other team, which actually does need the buff compared to Jane Doe, because Nekomata is a free DPS, Jane Doe is a limited time banner character. Yada 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 yada. But on the other hand, would there be a better character for Grace in her slot sometime? Yes, I talked about that. Eventually, I after I get all copy, I'll finish up the Mindscape of Jane Doe. I might go like for the other better supports for Jane Doe, like Vivian and Bernice, who are better supports for Jane Doe. Maybe at that point I'd go for them, but that's like so far in the future. I'd have to get all the Mindscapes of Jane Doe and then get two other new characters. We also got a free Haramusa, didn't we? Now that I'm thinking about it. Did we get a free sleepy guy? Yeah, we did.
Need something? Go ask my colleagues.
I might start using him in place of Nekomata if I feel Nekomata is too weak to clear certain content. In which case I would want to equip him with Brimstone. Fuck. Fuck. What are his teams like? Let's see. Harumasa. Teams. ZZZ. What are your teams like? Is an electric attack agent. Yeah, I don't need to know all of his like basic stats. Let's see. Best teams and Bang Boos. His free-to-play team is him, Ambi, and Nicole. With an Electroboo. Seems like an electric focused one. But his generalist team is like Chingy and Astra. I don't have either of them. Oh, there is a Harumasa Anomaly team where it's Harumasa, Grace, and Rina. So that's another use for Grace that I can't have here. Ah. And yeah, his third best W engine is the Brimstone. The best for him is his own signature, but then there is another one which I don't know who is it for. It might be for what's her name? Fox Lady, Miyabi is the second best one for him, but the third best one for him is the Brimstone. So buff of Grace, buff of Buff is my brain is short-circuited. My source is game8.co. I'm looking at like build guide for him. Get steel cushion for Nekomata, the brimstone, for Haramusa, or whatever his name was, or the fusion compiler for brace. Eeny, meeny, miny. Sorry, I have bad cards. Cards. Take your time. I think. What is Nekomata's best ones? Okay. Nekomata ZZZ. Surely the brimstone is good on her too. Starlight Engine is the third best on her, which she already has. Starlight Engine is like what, the last best one on Naramusa? Hmm. You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking the steel cushion. The smartest choice would be taking the brimstone. Yeah, let's do the dailies. Da da do da da do da 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 da. Oh.
jumpstart your day.
I'll be right back. I'm going to drink water. One momento.
No machine ground beans here. Well, yes, I may be an intelligent machine, but I still grind my coffee beans by hand. No machine ground beans here. Well, yes, I may be an intelligent machine, but I still grind my coffee beans by hand.
And I am back. What? I said back. Said back. There we go.
Sometimes stopping
Shit.
to take a break can help you go further.
What the fuck is this? Excuse me? Excusez-moi. Monsieur. This time we'll explain about stun drills. Yeah, why you're giving me a tutorial about this, but I've already done this many times. Does making random enemies give me more rewards? Does make my brain really shuts off after a while, doesn't it?
Hurts, don't it? Well, here, don't drop it. Stand still.
You're under arrest.
This'll be painless. Psych. I'll make it painless.
Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Da, do do da, do da, do da.
I shall refine the unclean.
Let's make this quick.
The three-pronged approach.
How do you like me now? Don't get hit.
Nice angles on this woman. The thing is with Jane Doe that I'm liking is that her wipeout screens are a lot more varied than Nekomata. Like Nekomata has two wipeout screens that you usually get because a lot of her burst damage comes at a very specific time. She's always doing the same animation. It's either the ultimate animation or her E.
Wow. The three-pronged approach. Okay. Let's make this quick. Watch your blind spots.
Knife boots. It's a common trend in women character, it feels. The foot knives. Jane Doe has it, and the X23 has it. Is my head... No, okay, I'm looking fine. I don't know. Yay. Okay. 4 official investigations. What are you? What do you want? Okay. Check the mail actually, yeah. And we have you. 760. Oh, these are the purchases. No, hold on. Oh yeah, it is the purchases. Okay. Oh, this outfit is nice. This outfit is real nice. You don't have to tell me about this. What else did I not look at? Okay, I looked at them. What did I not look at here? The Bangbu? The new Bangbu? Where's the new Bangbu? You? I looked at you. There you go. I can get the W engines here too, right? Yeah. How long do I have to pick? 30 days. Because I'm not gonna pick today, I think. Bam bam biram bam bam biram bam 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 biram bam bam biram bam. Fuck, or is it you? It's Anton. Okay. Needs you and Eos to help her pilot the mech. Pilot the mech. Tame the mech. Last month we dug up an old mech in the hollow, one of those big boys that just screams heavy hitter. Nothing too unusual about that, really. Standard procedure. Would be recovery and maintenance, but during the inspection, the thing suddenly powered up by itself. At first, I thought it was just one of those cliche programs that would suddenly say hi or whatever, but then its movement got bigger and bigger until it straight up went berserk without any warning. Neither the president nor I saw it coming. It took everything we had just to hold it down. When Grace was debugging that mech, she said she'd need to get a proxy to fix it. But she was too busy herself, and Ben and the president were already wiped out from the construction site stuff. So I had to come. Don't know if I explained that very well. Anyway, this is urgent proxy. Let's meet up with Grace first. Okay, let's go. Let's help my girl Grace.
Manager, you're here too. Billy and Nicole? Are you guys here for the mech test drive too?
Hiring the cunning hares for a ride doesn't come cheap, you know.
Hmm.
My connections catch wind of everything. Word on the street was that they dug up a mech, possibly from the old civilization. So of course I had to come see for myself.
Hmm.
You're just here to see if there's something in it for you, huh? Boss, didn't we overhear this at the noodle shop? You were even doubting it at first. If I didn't insist.
Billy! Ugh, I should have brought Anby instead.
Classic Nicole.
Proxy, sorry for calling you out here on such short notice. Is little Eos here too?
I knew it. EOS matters more to you than I do.
Not at all.
Hmm.
Anyway, Anton should have given you a clear rundown on the mech, right?
Yep.
It was pretty clear, considering that it was coming from Anton.
I had to dig at him. I tried to be nice to him. I just they had to make me a dick.
Something all machines experience at some point in their teenage years. A little machine social stress. When it's out of its comfort zone, it becomes impatient, loses control, and spirals into random fits of rage. It's classic adolescent syndrome. I can't help but feel bad for the little cutie.
Grace, what you're describing sounds like some kind of emergency defense system malfunction.
That's just an external factor. What's more important is that we need to show the machines a little more love, don't you think? It took me a lot of work to override its defense protocols and calm it down for now. Even Sweet Pea is completely exhausted from helping out. She's still sleeping. Actually, those two are kind of going through the same phase.
Hmm.
Shh, don't let her hear that. The repair costs, labor fees. We've got a lot of numbers to crunch for this one. Good thing it happened in the hollow. Otherwise, the damage would have been way worse.
Don't worry, Ben. With the proxy's help, this mech could end up being pretty useful.
Huh.
I thought I was just going to pilot the mech. Adolescence syndrome? Are you telling me this mech has self-awareness?
It's just following pre-programmed instructions to go berserk. It hasn't actually developed self-awareness. It's meant to be piloted, but right now, it's running entirely on preset commands. You'll understand once you see it for yourself. It's sleeping in our warehouse right now.
Ooh, I'm coming along too. Come on, Billy.
Grace leads the group deeper into the construction site, arriving at a dimly lit warehouse. In the shadows stands a massive bamboo-shaped mech, its towering form exuding an intimidating presence, everyone observing carefully like they're staring at an ancient... Hey, fuck you, I was still reading that. Later, Grace leads the group to a platform outside the warehouse. Behind them sits a large pod-like device big enough to fit a grown adult.
We could totally sell this mech to the military and make a fortune. You guys should let the cunning hairs in on this. Billy's a mech expert.
Boss, I just like.
That was a
reading
really
the
good delivery on
novels,
her part. At
but
the end, it was nice.
this mech does look kind of familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It was from a comic. What was the name again? It's about a bamboo scientist who built a powerful mech to get revenge on humanity. Oh, the story must have been too cliche. I can't even remember the name.
Frankenstein?
Don't sell yourself short.
Frankenstein! He's talking about Frankenstein, isn't he?
It's possible this mech's owner is a bamboo.
Or actually, no, he
You all
didn't
saw it
build
just
it to
now.
get
An
revenge, did
adult
he?
Wouldn't be able to fit in there. Even Sweet Pea wouldn't fit. That's why I asked the proxy to bring Eos along.
Grace, is the mech's defense system still active?
Oh my god, the time. I need to
As
go
always,
prepare for the
Proxy.
job interview
Yep,
tomorrow.
It's ready to explode at any moment. Ever since it was dug up, its defense protocols have been running non-stop, which means it's currently on the path of constantly going berserk and then self-destructing.
Why'd you suddenly move so far away from us, boss?
I just thought, isn't it getting kind of late?
Yeah, I was saying
People
that.
are still waiting for us. Maybe we should head out.
Relax, we've still got time before this kid explodes. I couldn't fully disable the defense system, but I did manage to put together a temporary external cockpit. With this, you can control the mech remotely, Proxy. Here's the plan. Eos will enter the mech's internal cockpit to bypass, or rather, trick its defense protocols. Meanwhile, Proxy, you will use the external cockpit to establish a link and take control. Of course, since we haven't cracked the core defense system, you'll probably struggle to control it at first. That's why we'll need to improve control and compatibility through training, modifying, and real combat. Once we hit 100% control, we'll have full command over the mech, including its defense protocols. That means no more explosions. It'll be unleashed. I mean, saved.
Hmm.
Can you guarantee Eos' safety, Grace?
To be honest, I can't. We're short on time and I haven't had the chance to fully test this method. But if it completely loses control, it won't just be Bellabog Industries at risk.
I'm glad you brought it from the hollow.
Don't worry, Proxy. If it really comes down to it, Bro and I will have your back.
I'll also be monitoring everything closely. Proxy, this is something only you and Eos can pull off.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Red Flame Drive. One red flame. gains heat when heat is full using any fist attack focus. And I T-pose again. The golden mecha can switch between melee and ranged modes with melee modes. Punches and kicks. Dodge, enter jet movement mode, allowing faster movement, dodging a jet. Okay. Oh. Okay. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Then I can launch the fist at full heat. Oh. Yeah, it's you haven't seen the new banner? Yeah, I'll have to complete this later. I need to go prepare for tomorrow. Oh. That's I'll resume later. And I'll pick the thing later. I'll have to do more research on it. So yeah. Thank you very much today. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.